The Monster. In the quiet desert town of Elephant Butte, New Mexico, a monster was building a secret world. His name was David Parker Ray. A mechanic by trade, Ray wasn't building a car. He was building a machine for torture. By the early 1990s, he had constructed a soundproofed, windowless trailer he called his toy box. Inside was a surgical gynecological table, restraints, pulleys, and an elaborate array of tools, surgical instruments, whips, clamps, and electrical devices. But his most terrifying weapon was a script. Ray would play a meticulously recorded tape for his victims, a calm, chilling narration that detailed every horrific act of rape, torture, and mind-breaking they were about to endure. This was not a crime of passion. It was a premeditated assembly line of suffering. You're here because you've been chosen. Imagine waking up in that room, disoriented, drugged, chained to the table. A strange, calm voice is explaining your new reality. You are no longer a person. You are a toy. The tape informs you that you will be repeatedly raped, tortured, and trained for sexual slavery. That you will be used by Ray's friends. That you will likely be killed, and your body disposed of where it will never be found. The psychological impact was designed to be immediate and total. He wasn't just restraining their bodies. He was systematically dismantling their minds before he even laid a hand on them. The horrors that followed were beyond comprehension. Victims were suspended from the ceiling by pulleys. Ray used homemade medical devices for internal torture. He administered electric shocks to their most sensitive areas. He forced them to perform acts with his trained attack dog. He meticulously documented everything with photos and videos, adding to his trophy collection. The torture sessions could last for days, sometimes weeks. He used intravenous drugs to keep them compliant, awake, and in a state of constant terror. The toy box was a factory, and its product was human suffering. For most, this was a death sentence. But in March 1999, one woman, Cynthia Vigil, fought back. After 3 days of unspeakable torture, Ray made a mistake. He transferred her to a different location and left her chained but unattended. Using a knife she sawed through the leather restraints, freed herself, and ran half-naked and bleeding into the New Mexico desert until she flagged down a motorist. Her incredible courage and will to survive shattered Ray's perfect, hidden world. She led police back to the nightmare, the toy box trailer. Inside, they found the tools, the tapes, the photos. They had stumbled into the lair of a serial killer. David Parker Ray was arrested. The evidence was overwhelming, but the true horror was in the numbers. Based on his tapes, diaries, and trophies, FBI profilers believe he may have tortured and killed up to 60 women over decades. Yet, without bodies, formal murder charges were nearly impossible. He pled guilty to kidnapping and torture and was sentenced to 224 years in prison. He died just 3 years later. His accomplices received lighter sentences. The full scope of his carnage may never be known. The toy box killer remains one of the most depraved criminals in American history, not just for the physical agony he inflicted, but for the cold, clinical, and calculated way he engineered the destruction of human souls.